Check 1, 2. Check, check. All right, that's working. All right, hello everybody. James here. I am going to do a LeMans grind today because I'm only one car away from completing my entire collection. I think it's a Mercedes. Looks like something out of the World War II era. So I'm going to strap in here and do a quick grind to sort of warm up. For anyone who is new to Gran Turismo, new-ish. Grinds are basically high-paying races that are easy to win, so that you can basically try to earn as much money as possible in as little time as possible. So there are several that I like to do. There's a Tokyo 600 PP race that some people enjoy. I don't do it. It's too hard to get the clean race bonus. And so I just skip that one. But the other three I do. One is an 800 PP race at Sardinia. It takes about 25 minutes, and that one's worth, I want to say, a little over like 725 credits, 725,000 credits. And then there's a Spa. That's with the clean race bonus, by the way. Most of these you're going to get clean race bonus pretty much no matter what you do. Anyways, so the Spa pays 1 million, which is 1.5 million, with the clean race bonus. However, it is an hour-long race. So today, I got to make sure my race engineer is loaded. It looks like it's connected. Yep, it says it's connected, so we'll see if he pops on when I get into the race. I've been testing a new race engineer app called Victory Dash. So I'm going to give that a try here and see if it pops in my race. Again, today I'm doing the LeMans grind. I usually use my Ferrari, but today I'm kind of feeling like running my. See, this one's 550, so it ends up being like 825 or something like that with the clean race bonus, 825,000. So it's a good rate. It's a good race. It's got rain, sometimes not very much, but at least you get to practice in wet weather and coming into pit, whether you got to pit, some strategy. That makes it kind of fun. Yep, I'm on performance points. Let's get down here to my yep, there it is. My Huracan Group 4. There we go. All right, make sure I got this set up for this track. LeMans, there we go. All right, so I'm all good to go. Oh, here, I'll put this back on here if anyone wants to use this is my setting for it. And I'll just pop over here. You can always pause the video. Nothing fancy. I got the high RPM turbo on it. I got it as close to 700 as I need to. It's at 698.66. I use mediums because I've gotten better on tires, using tires on longer races. So I find mediums really, really comfortable with this particular race. It's going to be seven laps. My favorite strategy is to go 3 laps and pit, 3 laps and pit. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. You usually get the weather by the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3. So that's pretty much it. Did I already double? Yeah, I already checked them on mediums. So yeah, this is it. I'm going to do a quick grind. I'm going to see if my race engineer pops on. If he doesn't, I may restart it.
Green flag.
There he is.
Strong getaway.
So I'm going to go.
Braking markers.
He's a little quiet. So I'm going to go fuel map 2. Just to make sure that I can
gain 2 spots. Excellent pass. That was committed and tidy. You're running
just so I can make sure I got enough gas to go. I'm going to bring him up as soon as I get to the straights here. This guy's a little squirrely, so you want to give him lots of room. So yep, sometimes he comes in here a little hot.
Position is stable now. Focus on closing the gap ahead.
All right, give me just 1 second. I'm going to get to a...
Sitting P16. You're settled in. Now think about where you're stronger.
Oh, I'm going to get past him. That was cool, dude. All right, there we go. I'm going to turn him up just a tiny bit. There we go. I like to have him a little over the top. There we go. All right.
3 positions gained.
There we go.
You're in P13.
Should be able to get past the, we'll get a little drafty poo here.
Gained 2 spots. Good work. More of that.
Whoops.
And the field
I was
will come
already
to
in
you.
second.
Currently P11.
So again, on fuel map 2, I can pretty much drive hard. I could short shift on 1. I prefer to just kind of drive the cars hard, not have to. I'd rather focus on driving than fuel management. Although fuel management is fun and it is a part of the game. For these grinds, the whole idea is you're trying to do a fairly easy race, so you don't have to, worry or fret or, oh, am I going to make it? Am I going to win? It's pretty hard not to win these races with a good, well set up Group 4 car. My favorite ones to do it with are the Lamborghini and the Ferrari, but I've done it with the BMW, the Mustang, the Altezza, pretty much I think all of them at one point or another. Maybe not the Subaru, but just about everything else.
Gained 2 spots. Holding P9.
Now I don't over rev here because you still want to make sure you got enough gas to get the whole three laps, but should be able to. And like I said, the weather doesn't kick in usually till after lap 2.
Running P8. Nice job. Now manage your tyres and wait for chances.
I knew he was going to pop out like that. I'm just going to settle him back here because these guys are going to fight a little bit. Oh shit, too hot.
Gain 2 spots.
And that's why we do grind. I usually make some kind of a mistake on the very first lap, so.
You need a lap or 2 of gentle driving to bring those temps under control.
I know.
Gentle nudge, grip is still there, focus on the next corner.
Oh, I also forgot to do my
Try a slightly
brake balance
to keep the rear in line. Race start. Clean start, let's keep it tidy and controlled.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, that was my bad.
Gained 2 spots. Very nice, you chose the right moment and made it stick.
I'm also trying
running in P18.
I'm also trying to get good at driving and talking, obviously, because that's what makes the... Oh, he just took me out. Huh.
Currently P17.
Off to a rough start. Let's just start over. I'm on -2. Oh. Ah, now I'm crooked. There we go.
Green light. Nice start. Eyes up and watch the traffic. Gain 2 spots. You're running in P18.
Sometimes I'll do a little bit of short shifting in here when you just know you're going to be tossing with these guys. You're not really going to get past them easily.
Currently P17. Keep your head. The race can still come to you.
I'm going to be a little more careful. I don't like restarting multiple times. If it happens in the first couple corners, I don't mind.
Build pressure on the car.
Like I just woke up, so now I got a little feel for the car, and we should be a little better.
Three positions gained. Great move, you judged that perfectly. You're in P13.
Whoops, did it again. Oops, I did it again.
Gained 2 spots. You read that situation perfectly. Well done.
I think I'm a little under mixed here, but that's all right. This is feeling a little better now. It takes me a minute to feel like I'm in the car. Go to his inside. Then get back on my line here.
Gain 2 spots. Holding P9.
Alright, doing okay here. Now I've got to get more into the flow. It just takes me a minute.
Gain 2 spots. Beautifully done, you set that up over multiple corners.
Alright.
You're in P7.
He can be a little dicey sometimes. He likes to wiggle at the last minute. do this. I've done this grind up probably 100 times. You get to know
You're
how the
running in
computer,
P6.
how they're kind of programmed.
Currently P5.
Yeah, we're doing okay. I'm usually around 4th or 3rd-ish on the first lap. And again, trying to get used to talking and driving at the same time. So this is a pretty easy grind. I like the weather. I like the fact that you can, make almost 1 million credits in a half an hour. We're gonna settle in behind this guy. And then I'm going to take him here. Try to anyways. Before we get to the last chicane. That was a little aggressive, but they're not real, so.
Sitting P4.
I'll try not to feel too bad about it. And we'll just kind of settle in here and we'll just slowly...
Lap 1 completed. 4 minutes. 7 seconds. Sitting P4.
Get
Still 2 laps of fuel
here.
left. We're on target for fuel. Small lifts will keep it safe. Holding P3. You're well placed now. Drive the plan.
Hope we get him before the next big hard that left there. He'll fight me a little bit.
Running P2.
We just got to chase him down and we got the lead. Again, it's a pretty easy grind. It gives me a chance to get used to the car. It's a good warm-up. It only takes a half an hour. And you get a lot of money. This is the best. If you just do this one back-to-back, it's like 1.65 million credits an hour. So, and you get to practice with, I'm going to tuck behind him here. Just because I'm just going to have more momentum coming out of here, and then I'll just pass him on the straight. These are like mini endurance races, these grinds, so that's a good, you got a pit. It teaches you a little bit about strategy. It makes it feel like you're doing...
Leading the race.
How much?
Race is in your hands. Keep the car within your limits.
It makes you feel like you're doing, having a real experience, Like doing an endurance race, but without having to, spend 3 hours in the cockpit. Like the spa race actually goes overnight. So you start in the daytime, it goes all the way into the night, into the next morning, and then you've got rain, sometimes a buttload of rain, in overnight. So it's nighttime, rain, dry. It's graphically and visually. Oops, it's so awesome. Should focus a little bit on my driving. And that's why I like that race. It takes an hour, but you do get 1.5 million credits for an hour's work. So, and it's just a fun race. I've done it a few times. It's when I'm grinding, I use a Group 2 car, the NSX, that I've got tuned to that track where I lap everybody twice. I lap probably the back, the bottom 6 or 7 guys 3 times. So it's a guaranteed win for sure. And then when I want to actually challenge myself, my favorite car there is the 458 Ferrari. And I usually win, not by a lot, like 30, 40 seconds. I'm still trying to get used to the rain, driving in wet weather. So, and that's why I like doing this grind too, because you get a little bit of it. It's not the whole race. It's about a lap to maybe 2 laps of the 7 are in crappy weather. Unless it's once every, 20 races, you might get a pretty good downpour one. I rarely have to use, We slow down. I rarely have to use full wets here. I usually just use the intermediates because even if they burn out, the straights on the sides give you lots of areas where the track takes a lot longer to dry than the middle, than the dry line. So you could get
easily
a lap on intermediates after the track is almost dry just by driving down those wet areas to cool your tires down and save them a little bit. As you see, we already got a lead. It's not about that. This is not to be challenging, and this is to get money. So you take the car you're going to win with.
Lap 2 done. 4 minutes. 7 seconds. You're in P1. You've got 1 lap of fuel remaining. You're near the bottom of the tank. Time to think.
Here comes the weather. I wasn't even checking. Shoot, I better go at least take a peek. Ooh, it's a lot. So I'm going to have to be really careful. I probably should have came in and put some intermediates on, but it's scattered. So depending on where it hits the track. And if you're not used to driving in wet weather, all you got to really keep an eye on is that moisture meter on the left of the tires there. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. When that gets past that first line, you got to be a little bit careful on racing tires.
Very little fuel left. Straight to the box.
And then once it's about halfway between the two, you're going to be really struggling to drive it all on racing tires. So the rule of thumb is if it's going to be between the first two lines there, you're going to use intermediates, and if it's going to be at hovering more around that the top line where it's maybe halfway to 3/4, you definitely want to be on fulls. If it's going up over that second line, it's a darker blue, and that means there's puddles and pooling and that going on the track. So you got to be really careful. Hitting one of those at 150 miles an hour, it could be really bad. You throw your car right around. So right now we don't really have to worry too much. It's just starting to rain. So I think we're going to make it around okay. It's not to the line yet. And we're almost down to the last big straight back here. And it looks like I can zoom in. You can zoom in here. I can see which way it's going. We're going a little bit more there. Still being careful on the corners. Okay, so actually that's got kind of going in our favor because that's traveling more away from. It's kind of going southeast. So it looks like, yeah, we're going to be okay. Well, we're going to be able to the pits, but it looks like the track's going to be wet for a while. So it does get kind of dry there a little bit. It does get a little bit dry there, where it's very patchy, but I don't think I want to be risking it out here on hards once it gets up to that kind of halfway point, because it gets almost impossible to drive. So this is like a tough decision that you have to kind of make as you're driving this race. It's a little bit of strategy. So I'm definitely coming in this pit, but now a lot of that rain's going to be disappearing. So I could gamble. And it's going to be a big kind of dry patch where it's not going to get much worse. Or I could just get on the intermediates right away. Oh, look at that. I'm still struggling already. I think I'm going to do the intermediates. Oh, yeah, I'm having a hard time staying on the track right now. So we're going to come in and put the intermediates on just because there's parts of this track that you definitely want to have decent grip. The straights obviously don't matter, but you can hear I'm struggling right now. Made sure we got enough gas to get to the pits. And you want to get it as close to zero as you can on this first stint. Come in kind of gentle here because it's wet. All right, we're going to go to the intermediates just to be on the safe side. So I usually take a break, get a coffee. Took a minute to get good at learning how to drink out of a cup when you've got your VR helmet on. Usually I have to turn my head kind of to the side because I don't have enough headroom back here to get it kicked back. So it takes about 32 seconds before you come into the pit. So you have this big long wait here. We're 20 seconds
Finish
ahead.
lap 3, 4 minutes, 47 seconds. You're in P1. Expect power loss soon if you don't box. Get to the entry cleanly. Rear traction is
we're just
dropping.
going to fill up.
Short shift a little earlier to calm the rear down.
I shouldn't talk over him. So sometimes one guy will stay out on the track if there's not much rain or if it doesn't look like there's going to be much. But with this much coming in, they'll all come in and pit. Sometimes the rain doesn't come until after, like late in the race, like around, like come out just starting now, and then it's a really tough call. But it's fun because it's different every time. So you're not ever going to get the same storm or the same pattern. A little more slow through here. Like I said, you're going to win. So there's no award for saving a couple seconds. Whether you win by a second or a lap, it counts the same for credits. There's no bonus for finishing under a certain time. You get the clean race bonus, that's it, which is almost impossible not to get. So we're going to get a little more rain, and it looks like we might get a little patch of that dark green, which is kind of more of a downpour. So we're prepared either way. Don't come out of there too. You want to come out of there as straight as possible. For some, I think there's some kind of groove. The way the track is tilted there, if you gas it too early, it'll throw you right around. So you gotta be careful. Yeah, this was a good call because we're gonna get probably a little more of that rain up there before it's all over. But again, we got a huge lead, so no need to run when no one's chasing you. This is where I just practice drive and chill, not trying to overdrive the car, and just work on feeling the I've been working on the loose hands thing because that's been the thing that's gotten me faster than any other advice I've gotten in sim racing. Is trying to have your hands as loose as possible on the steering wheel. I'm barely gripping it, just enough to keep it going in the direction I want. And I feel a lot more of the vibrations. I get a lot more of the secondary feedback signals that you sometimes don't feel when you grip the wheel too tight and you're kind of manhandling it. So that's been the single thing that's helped me get faster. No need to go hyper here. Not trying to set lap records in the rain. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, it can be fun to try to push in these kind of conditions and things. But this is a grind for me. I need some credits. I don't want to stress while I'm doing it. I know I'm going to get rain, so I just try to handle it as chill as possible. And get the easy win. Like I said, we're so far out in front right now. Ooh, a little slippery there. Remember, you're on intermediates, not full wet, so as that gets closer to that second line, you're going to lose grip significantly. Just don't overdrive it. Don't overheat them because that makes them wear out faster. Then when the track starts to dry, you've got nothing left. So you want to try, even when it's wet like this, don't abuse them. You still want to try to keep from squealing the tires and overstressing them. But like that, came in a little too hot. Oh, looks like we're going to get some more rain after dry spell.
Lap
This
4 in the books.
might have been a good idea.
4 minutes.
Stay on in the intermediates.
36 seconds.
Yeah, and we're getting close
You're
to
in
the top
P1.
line.
Still 2 laps of fuel left. Fuel is okay, but keep it tidy to protect the strategy.
Just trying to kind of keep it smooth. Especially in bad weather, smooth inputs are your friend. And this is good practice. I'm not a patient person by nature, so it's one of the things I like about endurance races. They're teaching me how to be more patient. All right, so we're on lap 5. We've got a huge lead right now. Short shifting a little bit just to save a little bit of gas. Make sure we got enough. And usually when you're driving bad weather, you're gonna save. I'm just starting to show, so I'm gonna kind of start moving over here. So when the track starts to dry out, you just move to the edges on the straights. Oh, I felt that slide big time. I want to get those haptic feedback devices on my pedals so I can feel the ABS when it kicks in. I can kind of feel it in the wheel, but I guess the combination is way better. So you see, this is what it is out here for the traction. And if I go over to here, see the little meter goes way up. So this is where you want to be if you feel like your tires are getting warm or starting to wear. You're trying to stretch them as long as possible. Just driving the wet line. And that'll keep your tires cooler, and it'll help them last longer in the race. That was a huge thing that I learned in doing this grind over time. And being able to basically make intermediates last a good three laps, with only rain being in the first lap. You could stretch them 2 laps if you drive it carefully. Not that you need to, but if you're trying to stick to your strategy. Oh, get her slowed down. Yeah, you can't really feel that ABS kicking in, so you gotta be really careful under braking. Gonna get a little bit more rain, it looks like, which is a good thing because we got the intermediates on. This just helps, as long as we're driving chill, this rain helps keep them lasting longer. We only got to do a little over a lap and a half, not even a lap and a half. Still kind of try to use as much of the track as possible. Have good habits on racing lines and entry and exit and all that. You still want to keep practicing all that. You just got to do it a little more slowly. And like I said, a lot of times you're going to get off your line because right here I'm trying to cool my tires down, kind of a thing. But this is still an opportunity to practice and work on your racecraft and just getting in and out of corners. That's where the racing all happens. Everyone can go fast in a straight line. That's easy. It's getting into and out of the corners that makes a difference. Not too hard here. You can't gas it too quick out of there. Even in dry conditions, you gotta really be careful sometimes. That said here, you don't want to straighten out too quickly or you'll spin. Oh, I overdid it again. Now I got to go really slow through here. I don't want to get a penalty. So I just want to make sure that I make up for that time, that I didn't gain any time. And I should be okay. It's okay to make a mistake in the game.
Cross the line for lap 5. 4 minutes. 21 seconds. You're in P1. You've got 1 lap of fuel remaining. We're approaching the limit. Small lift and coast where you can.
Now you can see that my tires are not even beginning to wear yet, so we're coming in on 6, so we know our tires are going to be fine. But we just cleared the weather, so it's going to start getting really nice here. Which means the track's going to start drying out real quick. So even though I've only got 1 lap left, why abuse my tires for no reason? Whoops. I'm still going to stay in, run the wet lines on the straights. It doesn't really slow you down, and it saves your tires. So as soon as I get up here, I'm going to kind of drift out to the outside here, and then past this wall, I'm just going to get into this sort of wet area here, wet line. And that'll help my tires last a little bit longer as I go around the track for my last lap. Sun's coming out. It looks like it's going to be nice for the rest of the day. So if I can put softs on this car, I'm going to go softs. I can't remember if I can do softs on this one or not.
We're running on fumes now. Gentle throttle and bring it in.
Okay, I'm going to go back over here. You see the wet line? You don't want to get too close to that edge because if your tires hit that grass there, it'll pull you over to the wall, to the barrier, suck you right in. So you got to be a little careful. Leisurely stroll. I'm not driving hard. Kind of driving as fast as the car feels like going right now because it's got a huge lead. We're going to make it around on gas, no problem. I'm going to hop over the other side so I got a better angle for this corner. And I'm going to brake a little early because it's still wet. And I'm coming in way more gradual. And then kind of squeeze it down here. Stay out here. See where it's wet? You can see it. You can see the wet line a lot of times. So, again, I'm just keeping my tires cool. There we go. I guess I could have talked about braking points. I could go over them on this last lap here, if I can remember. Like I said, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more weather, so we're good there. Tires are in really good shape for intermediates. Like I said, I could have easily got another. I could have got another lap out of these going around, following the same strategy. I'm gonna, they're gonna get chewed up on the corners. And then you just gotta conserve them as best you can on the straights, and you can limp around. You can get another lap out of these tires, but I wouldn't want to. And we're gonna run out of gas anyway, so that our strategy was pitting on 3 and 6. So we're just gonna dip in here for one quick lap. We're either gonna get mediums or softs if I can do softs, and then I'm also gonna bump my fuel map to 1. We've been on fuel map 2 this whole time to get around 3 laps. Well, I'm only doing 1 lap. This is wet here, so caution. Go. Okay, I can only do mediums. That's what I thought. Another sip of coffee. Gotta have that morning happy juice. All right. So again, 32 seconds you've got. So this is, like I said, a good chance to stretch your legs, maybe take the visor. Sometimes some guys loosen the visor off their forehead, kind of let their head breathe a little bit. You got some time. And at 32 seconds, here he comes.
Lap 6 finished. 4 minutes. 39 seconds. You're in P1. Fuel is extremely low.
So I'm only going to get 1.2.
Rear stability is reduced. Manage the weight transfer. No,
that way I can go, full hard. That way if I do have any kind of an accident or problem, I'm covered for that last lap. Putting it back on fuel map 1. And now I'm just going to practice doing one kind of hot lap in a drying track. Full on. I'm going full send. Just going to drive the car as hard as it'll let me. And just practice getting used to staying on the dry line. Because you get off with these tires, you're going to have a lovely adventure. But you see where the track's mostly dry, I could drive pretty normally. These are going to also the curbs or the rumble strips and runoff areas there are going to be slippery. Longer than the track is dry. So you don't want to use those too much while the track is still drying. Now here I can over rev if I want. I gave myself plenty of gas. Track's drying out nicely. We're going to brake a little early because you can see there it's still a little slippery. Again, don't turn too hard out of here. Oh, I was going to talk about my braking point. So typically I brake at the 100, between the 100 and the 50. But with it being wet here, I'm going to brake just a little before the 100 side. I think it's the 100 side. Yeah, this one right here. Oh, the track's in pretty good shape. This feels decent. I was worried about nothing. Not too hard out of here again. Let that drift out a little bit so you can get max speed and you don't get any rear spin. And then I usually start with this car. I usually start braking. There's a marker over here on the left. I don't know which one it is, but it's right there. This one right there. And I just kind of let this kind of gradually. There we go. Let's see, this one, I usually brake at the 50, but with the track being just a little wet, I'm going to brake at the 100. I use kind of a hard brake at the 50, but here I could do this kind of more lower chill, and then just kind of bring it in. Again, you're way out in front. Don't blow it. Don't be a hero. That one's just before that sign is where I brake. We're on the final lap. We got enough gas to get us home. Everything worked out just right. And it usually does if you just pay attention to the weather, have your strategy kind of figured out. It's also good to know what to do when things are weird. Every once in a while, it'll rain twice here. I mean, I probably, like I said, I do this race almost every day. I know I've done it at least 100 times. I've probably seen that happen maybe 3 times, 3 or 4. So it's pretty rare, but it does happen. So that can throw you for a loop. It does seem like sometimes it's literally just trying to come up with weird timing on the weather to hit. So you really got to decide in that last. As you're coming up to the approach, do I go in? Do I stay out? So it's kind of good that way. I brake right here at the top of the thing when the weather's kind of bad. Third gear through here. I'm usually going, whoops. Trying to talk. Let me slow down. I want to do this right. I don't want to get in trouble. No penalty on the last lap. There we go. All right, so it's still a little wet, so stay over here. And there you go. Easy win. Easy 800-something thousand. I think it's 825. Let's see.
4 minutes. 27 seconds. You're in P1. Very little fuel left. Straight to the box.
He's a little behind. So yeah, won by 54 seconds without even trying. It gives you plenty of padding, so if you have a couple of offs, a couple of crashes, you're going to be okay. And it should give me a clean race bonus. Yep, 825. So again, it's 1.65 million credits per hour if you want to do this one back to back. And I do it back to back. But I'll usually take a different car. That kind of makes it more fun. And so there's my daily ticket. Let's go see what it is. First, I gotta get out of here, save the replay. I gotta start cleaning mine up. Haven't been cleaning my replays up. I'd like to download them to my computer every once in a while. I can use them for other videos. There we go. All right, so let's go back here and see what we won. So every time you drive 26 miles, when you first get on, you get a lottery ticket from 3 to 6 stars. Obviously, the bigger the star, the more stars, the more. Well, I'm going to get stuck with a part. No, money. Ooh, and a good one, too. So I got lucky there. Car parts. Oh, 500,000. That's awesome. car parts are really kind of at this point of the game. I mean, I'm level 70 on the collectors. I've got all but one car in the game. I've done most of the stuff, like 93% of the way through the challenges. At this point, car parts are meaningless. I have always have enough money to do whatever. Right now, I'm sitting on 7.6 million, which is not a lot. I need to get above 20 because I don't know how much. I have one car left. I'll show you here. If you ever want to see what you've got for your car collection, you just go to your garage, and it's the last one over here. And if you have it, it's in color. If you don't, it'll look like that guy right there. That is the only car in Germany right there. If you look here, and it looks like some kind of World War II limo or something. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Mercedes. But as you can see, I've got every other. It's 555 of 556 cars. When the DLC came, I had a bunch of cash. That's why I'm kind of low right now. I got the 5 million bonus and all that, but I still wasn't sitting huge up. One of the $20 million, I think it was a Ferrari, came up last week. So as soon as I got that, I was down to like 1 million. But after doing the upgrade and all that, and then all the tickets and everything, I had plenty to get all the cars. So that's it. That's my daily warm up. I hope you enjoyed it, and you guys keep it fast, keep it safe. And I'm going to go ahead and log out now.